Alaska, a land of extremes where towering mountains pierce the sky, endless glaciers carve the earth, and the wilderness stretches beyond the horizon. Here, survival is not guaranteed, it is earned. In this unforgiving land, some of the world's most iconic animals thrive. Giants like the mighty brown bear, fierce wolves, and the elusive lynx. The frozen tundra is home to vast herds of caribou, while the icy coastlines shelter playful sea otters and stealthy Arctic foxes. Every creature has its place in this wild kingdom, each day a relentless battle against the elements, predators, and the changing seasons. Some roam in solitude, others move in powerful packs, but all are bound by the same rule: adapt or perish. This is the story of Alaska's untamed wilderness, a journey through its most formidable landscapes and extraordinary wildlife. This is Wild Alaska. Deep in the Alaskan wilderness, where towering evergreens stand against a backdrop of snow-capped peaks, a giant emerges from its winter sleep. The brown bear, ruler of these untamed lands, shakes off months of hibernation, its thick fur dusted with the remnants of its icy den. Driven by hunger, it descends from the mountains in search of food, following ancient paths carved by generations before it. The landscape is a challenge, but the brown bear is built for survival. Its powerful limbs carry it effortlessly across rugged terrain, and its nose, thousands of times more sensitive than a human's, guides it toward its next meal. Spring in Alaska brings new life. The rivers, once frozen solid, begin to swell with icy meltwater, and along the banks tender green shoots emerge, offering the first taste of fresh vegetation. The bear feasts on these, but plants alone won't sustain it for long. Soon its powerful claws tear through the underbrush in search of roots, insects, and any small creatures unlucky enough to cross its path. The thawing world offers a feast, but the greatest bounty is yet to come. As the months pass, the bears grow restless, moving toward the rivers where the real battle for survival begins. The arrival of salmon transforms the landscape. Tens of thousands of fish, driven by instinct, surge upstream in a desperate attempt to spawn. For the bears, this is the moment they've been waiting for. They wade into the rushing waters, muscles tensed, eyes locked on their prey. With a sudden lunge, a bear snatches a salmon mid-leap, the fish thrashing in its jaws before being devoured in a few powerful bites. The river becomes a battleground where bears compete for the best fishing spots, growling and posturing in displays of dominance. For mothers with cubs, the stakes are even higher. Their young, clumsy but eager, mimic their mother's every move, swiping at the water with oversized paws. Success comes with patience. Some cubs watch, learning the art of fishing before making their first awkward attempts. Others simply beg, hoping for scraps from their mother's catch. Every calorie matters, as these crucial months will determine whether the cubs survive their first harsh winter. By late summer, the bears are at their heaviest. Their bodies, once lean from winter's hunger, now carry layers of fat. Some will gain more than 100 pounds before the cold returns, ensuring they have enough reserves to endure another long sleep. As the first snowflakes drift through the air, the bears retreat into their dens once more, vanishing into the silence of winter. But when the ice begins to melt again, they will return, following the same ancient rhythms that have sustained them for thousands of years. Through the vast, snow-covered wilderness of Alaska, a distant howl echoes across the valley. It is not a lonely call, but a message, one that will be answered. Moments later, another voice joins in, then another, until the air vibrates with the haunting chorus of a wolf pack. These skilled predators are more than solitary hunters. They are a family, a well-organized unit, where each member plays a role in the survival of the group. The pack moves effortlessly through the trees, their thick coats blending into the landscape. They are built for endurance, covering vast distances with long, loping strides. Communication is constant. Subtle body language, flicks of the tail, and quiet whimpers maintain order among them. At the heart of the group is the alpha pair, the leaders who guide the pack's movements. Contrary to popular belief, their dominance is not enforced through brute strength, but through experience and leadership. The entire pack benefits from their knowledge of the land, the changing seasons, and the best routes to follow. As the seasons shift, the pack's movements become more deliberate. The deep winter brings challenges, with snowdrifts piling high and prey becoming scarce. But these wolves are resilient, perfectly adapted to the harsh conditions. Their thick fur insulates them from the biting cold, and their large paws act like natural snowshoes, allowing them to move with ease where others would struggle. They rely on one another, knowing that unity is their greatest strength. The wind carries their scent, reminding them of the distances they have traveled and the hardships they have endured, a powerful declaration of their place in this wild and unforgiving land. In the dense forests and open tundras of Alaska, a colossal figure moves silently through the undergrowth. Towering above the landscape with massive antlers stretching like branches from its head, the moose is one of the most imposing animals in the north. Despite its size, it moves with surprising grace, stepping carefully over fallen logs and wading effortlessly through icy waters. With long legs built for deep snow and powerful muscles suited for endurance, the moose is perfectly adapted to the rugged wilderness it calls home. Solitary by nature, moose spend much of their time browsing for food, stripping leaves, twigs, and bark from the trees. In the warmer months, they seek out ponds and lakes, dipping their heads beneath the surface to graze on aquatic plants. Their long snouts and specially adapted nostrils allow them to feed underwater with ease. Even in the coldest winters, when food is scarce, they survive on the bark of willow and birch trees, relying on their massive bodies to store enough fat to endure the harsh season. As winter grips the land, pregnant females endure the long, unforgiving months, relying on their reserves to sustain the life growing within them. When the snow finally begins to recede and the rivers swell with melting ice, a new generation is born. Moose calves, though unsteady on their legs, are quick learners. Within days, they follow their mothers through the wilderness, their spindly legs gaining strength with each step. Under the watchful eye of their mother, they navigate the world with curiosity, growing rapidly as they feed on the nutrient-rich milk she provides. For the moose, life in Alaska is a constant balance of strength and endurance. From the towering bulls with their impressive antlers, to the young calves taking their first steps in the wild, each individual plays a part in the ongoing cycle of survival. As the seasons change once more, the moose continues its quiet journey through the heart of the untamed wilderness, a true symbol of the raw and unyielding spirit of Alaska. High above the untamed wilderness of Alaska, a dark shape soars effortlessly against the backdrop of snow-capped peaks. Its wings stretch wide, catching the wind as it glides over rivers, forests, and open tundra. With piercing golden eyes scanning the landscape below, the bald eagle commands the sky, a symbol of power and resilience. Despite its name, its head is crowned with brilliant white feathers, contrasting sharply against the dark brown plumage of its body. The sight of this majestic bird is unmistakable, one of nature's most iconic rulers. Perched atop a towering evergreen or along the jagged cliffs of a coastline, the eagle watches the world with quiet precision. It is a patient observer, relying on its keen vision to detect the slightest movement far below. Unlike many of Alaska's land-dwelling predators, the eagle is not bound by terrain. It moves between habitats with ease, covering vast distances in search of opportunity. Whether following the path of a winding river or patrolling the edges of a glacier-fed lake, it thrives in an environment as rugged and unpredictable as the land itself. The eagle's world is one of both grace and survival. Its sharp, curved beak and powerful talons are finely honed tools essential for its way of life. But beyond its physical prowess, the bald eagle represents something greater, the untamed, enduring spirit of Alaska itself. As it soars once more into the open air, riding the updrafts along towering mountain ridges, it serves as a reminder of the freedom and wild beauty that define this vast northern land. In the windswept tundra of Alaska, where the cold bites deep and the land stretches endlessly beneath a pale winter sky, a small but resilient figure moves across the snow. The Arctic fox, wrapped in a thick coat of pure white fur, is a master of survival in one of the harshest environments on Earth. With each step, its paws barely leave a trace, adapted perfectly for life in the frozen wilderness. Though small compared to the larger predators of the north, the Arctic fox is a symbol of endurance, thriving where few others can. Winter in Alaska is relentless, with temperatures plunging well below freezing and blizzards sweeping across the landscape. Yet the Arctic fox moves with ease, its compact body and dense fur providing insulation against the biting cold. Its bushy tail, nearly as long as its body, serves as a built-in blanket curling around its small frame when it rests. As the seasons shift, so too does the Arctic fox. When the snow begins to recede and the tundra comes alive with color, its white coat fades to a muted brown and gray, blending seamlessly with the rocky terrain. No longer camouflaged against the snow, it instead vanishes into the summer landscape, avoiding the watchful eyes of larger predators. As the days grow shorter and the first flakes of snow return to the air, the Arctic fox's transformation begins once more. Its coat thickens, its color shifts, and soon it is once again a ghost of the tundra, blending into the vast white landscape. Through the bitter cold and shifting seasons, the Arctic fox remains a quiet yet remarkable survivor of the frozen north. Deep within Alaska's remote forests and tundra, a shadow moves through the snow, powerful, relentless, and nearly impossible to track. The wolverine, often called the Phantom of the North, is one of the most elusive and mysterious predators in the wild. Though small in size compared to the giants of Alaska, this tenacious carnivore is a force to be reckoned with, feared by animals many times its weight. Built for survival, the wolverine is a compact powerhouse of muscle and determination. Unlike wolves or bears that rely on teamwork or brute strength, the wolverine survives alone, roaming vast distances in search of food. It is an opportunistic predator and scavenger, feasting on anything from small rodents to the frozen remains of much larger animals. With powerful jaws capable of tearing through frozen meat, it can make a meal out of what others have left behind, ensuring nothing goes to waste in the harsh Alaskan wilderness. Wolverines are built for endurance. Their oversized paws act like natural snowshoes, allowing them to move effortlessly across deep snow where other predators would struggle. In the winter months, this gives them a distinct advantage, allowing them to reach food sources that remain out of reach for competitors. They are also skilled climbers, using their razor-sharp claws to ascend trees and rocky terrain, a skill that often aids in their survival. Despite their ferocious reputation, wolverines are rarely seen. Their solitary nature keeps them hidden, their vast territories spanning hundreds of miles in search of prey. A wolverine might go weeks without a substantial meal, relying on its immense stamina to cover long distances through freezing temperatures. In the brutal Alaskan wilderness, size doesn't always determine survival, determination does. And the wolverine, with its unmatched resilience and sheer ferocity, stands as a testament to nature's most hardened survivors. While Alaska's rugged mountains and forests are home to some of the world's most fearsome predators, its icy waters tell a different story. Here, among the towering glaciers and frigid coastlines, the harbor seal glides effortlessly beneath the surface, a master of the sea and a vital part of Alaska's marine ecosystem. With their sleek, torpedo-shaped bodies and thick blubber, harbor seals are perfectly adapted for life in the cold. Their fur may appear soft and unassuming, but underneath lies a layer of insulating fat that allows them to survive in near-freezing waters. Unlike sea otters, which rely on fur to stay warm, seals depend on this blubber for both warmth and energy storage, making it a critical part of their survival. Harbor seals spend much of their time in the water, but they are also found resting on icebergs and rocky shores, basking in the weak Arctic sun. Despite their peaceful appearance, their lives are anything but easy. Killer whales patrol these waters, constantly on the lookout for vulnerable seals, while large bears may seize the opportunity to hunt those resting near the shore. To avoid predators, harbor seals have developed exceptional instincts. Their whiskers, or vibrissae, are highly sensitive, detecting the slightest movements in the water. This allows them to track fish in the dark depths of the ocean, giving them an advantage in the hunt. Agile and swift, they can dive over 1,500 feet deep and stay underwater for up to 30 minutes, an ability that helps them escape danger when needed. During the spring and summer months, female harbor seals give birth to a single pup, nurturing it on the safety of ice floes. These young seals must quickly learn the ways of the ocean, mastering their swimming skills within hours of birth. The bond between mother and pup is strong, but survival in these waters is never guaranteed. Life in the Arctic is a constant challenge, whether on land or in the sea. For the harbor seal, every dive is a test of skill, every breath a chance to evade predators. But with their adaptability and instinct for survival, these sleek marine mammals continue to thrive in the icy depths of Alaska's wild waters. Along Alaska's rugged coastline, where towering cliffs meet the restless waves of the Pacific, a small yet remarkable creature drifts effortlessly in the cold, rolling surf. Wrapped in the densest fur of any animal on Earth, the sea otter is perfectly adapted to life in the frigid waters. Unlike other marine mammals that rely on blubber for warmth, the otter's survival depends on its thick coat, millions of tiny air-trapping hairs that create an insulating barrier against the cold. As it floats on its back, paws curled over its chest, it appears almost at peace. But beneath this calm exterior lies a creature of intelligence, energy, and unbreakable resilience. The sea otter's world is one of constant movement and adaptability. From beneath the waves, it gathers an array of marine delicacies, urchins, crabs, clams, and small fish, each one carefully selected from the ocean floor. Despite their playful appearance, sea otters play a crucial role in maintaining the balance of Alaska's coastal ecosystems. Their favorite prey, sea urchins, have the potential to devastate kelp forests if left unchecked. By keeping urchin populations under control, otters prevent these undersea forests from being stripped bare, allowing fish, invertebrates, and countless marine species to thrive. In this way, the sea otter is not just a resident of these waters, but a guardian of its fragile balance. Life in the ocean comes with its own set of challenges. Storms churn the waters into chaos, and predators lurk beneath the waves. Though sea otters are agile swimmers, they remain vulnerable to larger threats like orcas and sharks. Yet even in the face of such dangers, they have developed a unique strategy for survival, bonding together. In the open sea, mothers and pups, as well as groups of adults, often link arms or tangle themselves in kelp to avoid drifting apart. This simple act of connection strengthens their chances of survival in an unpredictable world. As the tides continue to rise and fall and the waves crash endlessly against the shore, the sea otter remains a symbol of persistence and adaptability. In the cold waters of Alaska, where survival is never guaranteed, it thrives, an enduring link between the land, the ocean, and the delicate balance that sustains them both. In the vast open tundra of Alaska, where the ground stretches endlessly under the midnight sun and the winds sweep across the barren landscape, a massive herd of caribou moves in unison, a living river of antlers and hooves. Each year, these remarkable creatures embark on one of the most awe-inspiring migrations on Earth. A journey that covers hundreds of miles across some of the harshest terrain. The caribou, with their hardy nature and deep connection to the land, are the true wanderers of the Arctic, following ancient pathways dictated by the rhythms of the seasons. The caribou's body is perfectly designed for life in this unforgiving environment. Thick fur coats, designed to trap air and keep warmth close to their bodies, protect them from the biting cold. Their hooves, large and wide, act like snowshoes, allowing them to traverse deep snow without sinking. These adaptations are crucial as they migrate through the frozen wilderness, moving from the coastal regions where they give birth to the higher elevations, where they will find the lichen and moss they rely on for sustenance. Each fall, the herds begin their long trek, led by the older, more experienced animals. For the caribou, migration is not a solitary journey but a communal event. They move together, linked by an instinctive drive to travel as one. The rhythmic pounding of hooves across the ground reverberates across the landscape, a sound that echoes the heartbeat of the wild. Along the way, the herd will face many challenges, from predators like wolves and bears to the harsh, unpredictable weather that can turn the open tundra into a deadly maze. Calves are born in the spring, the timing of their arrival crucial to their survival. In the short window of warmth before the next winter sets in, the calves must grow quickly, learning to keep up with the herd as they begin their journey south. Their mothers, deeply bonded to them, guide them with an unwavering sense of protection. The bond between mother and calf is strong, as it is essential for the calf to gain strength and resilience before the migration begins in earnest. Throughout the migration, caribou depend on the land for survival. They graze on the nutrient-rich lichen and moss that blanket the tundra, digging through snow when food is scarce. Their powerful legs are perfectly suited to this task, allowing them to paw at the snow and access the food hidden beneath. Despite the immense distance they travel, the caribou never stray far from their path, instinctively returning to the same calving grounds and migratory routes that their ancestors followed before them. When they reach their destination, usually in the more sheltered areas of Alaska's mountain foothills, the herd pauses to rest and recuperate. The journey has been long and exhausting, but the caribou know that the harsh conditions of the tundra await them again soon. The cycle of migration, survival, and renewal will begin once more, as the caribou continue to follow the rhythm of the land that has shaped their existence for thousands of years. In the stark beauty of Alaska's wilderness, the caribou are not just survivors, but a testament to the power of instinct and the endurance of the wild. Their migration is more than just a journey across the land. It is a celebration of resilience, a living thread that binds them to the ancient pulse of the earth. As the final rays of the sun dip below the jagged peaks of the Alaska Range, the wilderness that has shaped the lives of countless creatures remains as untamed and powerful as it ever was. From the dense forests of the south to the windswept tundra of the north, Alaska is a land of contrasts where life is defined by endurance, adaptability, and the delicate balance between predator and prey. In this land of extremes, there is one creature that stands out not for its size or strength, but for its intelligence and adaptability: the raven. With its glossy black feathers and keen, inquisitive eyes, the raven is a master of survival, thriving in environments that would challenge even the hardiest of animals. Its presence is a constant reminder of the wild's ingenuity and resilience. Ravens are more than just scavengers. They are problem solvers, capable of using tools and communicating complex ideas through a series of calls and gestures. These birds have been observed working together to outwit larger predators, and their cunning nature has earned them a place in the myths and legends of many cultures. In the harsh winters of Alaska, ravens play a crucial role in the ecosystem. They're often the first to find a carcass, calling out to other scavengers and leading them to a much-needed meal. Their sharp beaks can pierce through tough hides, making it easier for other animals to access the nutritious bounty within. In this way, ravens are not just survivors, they are facilitators, ensuring that the cycle of life continues even in the most challenging conditions. But it is not just their intelligence that sets ravens apart. These birds are also known for their playful behavior, often seen performing acrobatic feats in the sky or engaging in games with one another. This playful spirit is a testament to their adaptability and resourcefulness, qualities that have allowed them to thrive in the rugged wilderness of Alaska. As the sun sets and the shadows lengthen, the call of the raven echoes through the mountains and valleys, a haunting reminder of the wild's enduring spirit. In the silence that follows, one can almost hear the heartbeat of the land, a rhythmic pulse that ties all creatures together in a shared struggle for survival. The animals we've encountered on this journey, the brown bear, the mighty wolves, the elusive lynx, and the playful sea otter, are all part of a larger story, one that spans generations and weaves through the very fabric of this vast, untamed land. From the solitary caribou making their annual migration to the massive herds of moose that roam the forests, these creatures are bound by a shared resilience, a drive to survive against the odds. But it is not just the animals that define Alaska. It is the land itself, the towering mountains, the endless rivers, the shimmering glaciers, and the icy tundra that shapes everything within it. The wilderness offers a harsh yet beautiful environment where life persists, where each creature plays a role in the ecosystem, and where survival depends on cooperation, adaptation, and the relentless power of nature. For the animals of Alaska, every day is a test of survival, a test of resilience, but it is also a test of hope, because despite the challenges they endure, they move forward, knowing that life here is precious, fragile, and above all wild. As the seasons change and the winds shift, the story of Alaska's wildlife continues. The young are born, the old pass on their wisdom, and the land, with its raw beauty and untamed spirit, continues to shape the lives of those who call it home. And in this great wilderness, where the sky touches the earth and the snow kisses the ground, the heart of Alaska beats on, wild and free as it has for millennia. If you enjoyed this journey through the wilds of Alaska, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to stay connected with more breathtaking animal documentaries. Your support helps us bring the wonders of the natural world to life. Thank you for watching, and we hope to see you again on our next adventure.